Hello again, my friends. Welcome back to the Speak Easy English Show. I'm really glad you're here today. In the last episode, we talked about something many learners feel deep inside. You understand English, but when it's time to speak, your mouth stays quiet. And today, we're going to talk about the reason behind that silence. Shyness. Not the bad kind, not the weak kind, the human kind. So if you've ever felt shy speaking English, if your heart beats faster, if your voice feels small, if you know the words but don't use them, this episode is for you. Take a slow breath with me. You're safe here. Before we begin, I want you to pause with me for a moment. Not to think, not to remember rules, just to pause. Because before we talk about stopping shyness, we need to talk about something more important. I want to say this very clearly, and I want you to really hear it. Being shy in English does not mean you are bad at English. It does not mean you are slow. It does not mean something is wrong with you. It means something very human. It means you care. You care about mistakes. You care about how you sound. You care about being understood. You care about what people might think. And caring is not a weakness. Caring is the reason you want to improve. Many learners believe shyness is a problem they must fight. But shyness is not the enemy. Fear is not your enemy. Silence is not your enemy. They are signals. They are signs that your mind is trying to protect you. When you feel shy, your mind is saying, what if I say the wrong word? What if they don't understand me? What if I sound silly? What if they laugh? That doesn't mean you can't speak English. It means your brain is trying to keep you safe. And here is something most learners don't realize. Many confident English speakers you see today, the ones who speak easily, the ones who sound relaxed, the ones who don't worry about mistakes, they were shy too. They were nervous too. They were quiet too. They had the same tight feeling in their chest, the same fast heartbeat, the same voice that felt stuck. They didn't suddenly become brave one day. They didn't wake up confident. They learned something much simpler. They learned how to feel safe while speaking. Because confidence does not come from pushing yourself. It does not come from forcing words out. It does not come from being loud. Confidence comes from safety. When your mind feels safe, your mouth opens more easily. When your body feels safe, your voice sounds more natural. When you feel safe, you stop fighting yourself. And that's what we are doing here today. Not forcing you to speak, not pushing you to be fast, not asking you to be perfect. Just creating a safe space where English can slowly come out. I want you to imagine something. Imagine you were learning to swim. If someone throws you into deep water and shouts, "Go, don't be scared," you don't become confident. You panic. But if someone stands beside you, holds your hand and says, "It's okay, we'll go slowly," your body relaxes. English works the same way. You don't need pressure. You need permission. Permission to speak slowly. Permission to pause. Permission to make mistakes. Permission to be shy and still speak. Let me tell you something very important. You do not need to stop being shy to start speaking English. You start speaking English while you are shy. Shyness doesn't disappear first. Confidence grows quietly later. One small sentence, then another, then another. And some days you will feel brave. Other days you will feel shy again. That does not mean you are going backward. That means you are learning. So if your voice feels quiet, that's okay. If your hands feel nervous, that's okay. If your sentence is short, that's okay. You are not failing. You are practicing. And here, in this space, you are safe to do that. No one is judging you, no one is rushing you, no one is testing you. This is not a performance. This is practice. So take a slow breath with me. Relax your shoulders. Let your jaw soften. You don't need to speak perfectly today. You only need to speak gently. And I'm right here with you, one small step at a time. Let's talk honestly for a moment. You may not be shy in your own language. In your own language, you can talk. You can joke. You can tell stories. You can argue. You can explain things clearly. You know who you are when you speak your language. Your voice feels natural. Your words come easily. You don't think about every sentence. But then you switch to English, and suddenly something changes. Your voice feels smaller. Your thoughts slow down. Your body feels tight, and you start to doubt yourself. Why does this happen? It's not because you became a different person. It's not because English changed who you are. It's because English is not automatic yet. In your own language, your brain works quietly in the background. You don't notice it. It just flows. But in English, your brain is working very hard. At the same time, it is 1. Choosing the right words, 2. Checking grammar, 3. Thinking about pronunciation, 4. Watching people's faces, 5. Listening for reactions, 6. Asking, "Did I say that right?" That is a lot of work. So your brain becomes very careful. And when the brain feels pressure, it tries to protect you. It says, "Slow down. Be careful. Don't say the wrong thing. Don't make mistakes. Maybe it's safer to stay quiet." And your body listens. Your chest feels tight. Your throat feels dry. Your voice feels stuck. That quiet voice you hear inside, that hesitation, that pause that feels uncomfortable, that is not weakness. That is not failure. That is your brain doing its job, trying to keep you safe. Many learners think, "I'm shy, so I can't speak English." But the truth is softer than that. You feel shy because you are learning something new. You feel shy because you care about doing it well. You feel shy because you don't want to be misunderstood. And that means something important. It means you are paying attention. Shyness is not a sign that you can't speak English. Shyness is a sign that English matters to you. But here's the problem. Your brain doesn't know yet that making mistakes in English is safe. So today, we don't fight your brain. We don't tell it, "Stop being afraid." We do something kinder. We talk to it gently. We say, "It's okay. You're not in danger. No one is testing you. You don't need to be perfect." We tell it, "You can speak small. You can speak slowly. You can pause." Because your brain doesn't need confidence first. Your brain needs safety first. When your brain feels safe, your body relaxes. When your body relaxes, your voice comes out more easily. And this is very important to understand. You don't remove shyness by forcing yourself to speak more. You remove shyness by allowing yourself to speak gently, one sentence at a time. Not fast, not loud, not perfect, just real. And over time, something beautiful happens. Your brain starts to learn, "Oh, nothing bad happened. Oh, I can speak a little. Oh, I survived that moment." And slowly, very slowly, the fear becomes quieter. Not gone, just softer. So if today your voice still feels shy, that's okay. You are not behind. You are not broken.
You are in the middle of learning. And today, we begin teaching your brain a new message. I am safe. I can take my time. I don't need to hide. One small sentence at a time. And that's how shyness begins to loosen its grip, not through pressure, but through patience.
Here's something very important, and I want you to listen to this carefully. Shyness does not disappear first. Speaking comes first. Most learners believe the opposite. They think, when I become confident, I will speak. When I stop being shy, then I'll talk. When I feel ready, then I'll try. But that moment rarely comes. Confidence does not arrive by itself. It does not knock on your door one day and say, "Hello, now you can speak English." That's not how it works. The truth is quieter than that, and kinder. Confidence is not the cause of speaking. Confidence is the result of speaking. Very small speaking, very gentle speaking, very imperfect speaking. Think about how confidence grows in real life. When a child learns to walk, they don't feel confident first. They fall, they wobble, they hold on to things. Confidence comes after many small attempts. English is the same. You don't wait until you feel brave. You speak while you feel shy. And this is important. You don't need to stop being shy to speak. Shyness and speaking can exist together. You can speak with a quiet voice. You can speak with nervous hands. You can speak while your heart beats fast. That still counts. Many learners think confidence must be loud. They think confident speakers never hesitate. But that's not true. Real confidence is calm. Real confidence is gentle. Real confidence grows slowly, like morning light. It doesn't arrive suddenly. It doesn't shout. It doesn't push darkness away all at once. It appears quietly, little by little. One small sentence today, another tomorrow. And one day you realize something. You're still shy, but you're speaking. And that is a very powerful moment. Because confidence doesn't mean I am not afraid anymore. Confidence means I can speak even when I'm afraid. And that kind of confidence is strong. Let me tell you something many learners never hear. You are not supposed to feel confident before you speak. You are supposed to feel nervous. You are supposed to hesitate. You are supposed to feel unsure. That is part of learning. If you wait to feel confident, you may wait forever. But if you allow yourself to speak a little, even with a shaky voice, your brain learns something important. It learns, oh, nothing bad happened. Oh, I survived that. Oh, I can try again. And each time you speak, even just one line, confidence grows a little. Not enough to notice at first, not enough to feel proud right away, but it grows, quietly, patiently. And one day you realize that the tight feeling in your chest is softer. Your pauses feel shorter. Your voice feels a little steadier. Not perfect, just easier. That's confidence. So today, I don't want you to chase confidence. I don't want you to fight shyness. I don't want you to judge yourself for feeling nervous. I want you to do something simpler. I want you to speak one small sentence, even while shyness is still there. Let shyness sit beside you, not in front of you, not controlling you, just beside you. And you keep going, because confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from action. Small action, gentle action, human action. So remember this one truth, and hold it softly. You don't need to be confident to speak English. You only need to be willing to try one small sentence, and confidence will follow you, slowly, quietly, like morning light. Now, let's move to the tools. Not many, not complicated, not overwhelming. Just 3. And before we begin, I want you to remember something important. These tools are not here to fix you. You are not broken. These tools are here to help you feel safe enough to speak. We are not trying to make you loud. We are not trying to make you perfect. We are not trying to make you fearless. We are simply helping your voice come out, slowly, gently, in a way that feels possible. Let's begin. Tool 1. Speak smaller than you want to. Many shy learners make the same mistake. They try to speak perfectly. They try to say everything correctly. They try to sound confident. And because that goal feels too big, they say nothing. So we change the goal. Your new goal is not speak well, speak clearly, speak confidently. Your new goal is much smaller. Your goal is speak small. One sentence is enough. Even 2 words are enough. Small English is not weak English. Small English is usable English. Think about real conversations. People don't always speak in long sentences. They speak in pieces. So sentences like these are powerful. Yes, a little. Not sure. I think so. Just a moment. These sentences do not require courage. They require permission. Permission to speak without pressure. And when you speak small, something important happens. Your brain relaxes. Your body relaxes. Your voice feels safer. Small English opens the door. Big English can come later. Tool 2. Use soft opening sentences. For many shy learners, the hardest part is the beginning. The first sentence feels heavy. It feels risky. It feels like all eyes are on you. So we soften the beginning. We use sentences that protect you. These are called soft openings. They give your brain time. They lower expectations. They make mistakes feel allowed. Examples. I'm not very confident, but... Let me try to explain. I may be wrong, but... I'm still learning, but... These sentences are honest, and honesty builds trust. When you say, I'm still learning, you are not apologizing. You are setting a safe space. You are telling the other person and yourself that perfection is not required here. And when perfection is not required, shyness loosens its grip. Soft openings are not excuses. They are bridges. They help you cross from silence to speech without fear. Tool 3. Practice speaking where no one is watching. Now let's talk about where confidence really starts. Not in meetings, not in classrooms, not in front of people. Confidence starts in private, when no one is watching, when no one is judging, when no one is listening. This is where your voice learns to feel safe. You can practice speaking to yourself, speaking in the shower, speaking while walking, speaking while cooking. Just 2 minutes a day. Not 10, not 30. 2 minutes is enough. Say simple things. I'm making tea. I'm a little tired. Today was okay. These sentences may feel silly at first. That's normal. But something important is happening. Your mouth is learning movement. Your ears are learning your voice. Your brain is learning that speaking is safe. And slowly, your voice stops feeling like a stranger. Remember this. Your voice does not need pressure. Your voice needs practice. Gentle practice. Kind practice. Human practice. So let's review softly. Speak smaller than you want to. Use soft opening sentences. Practice where no one is watching. That's it. You don't need to use all 3 at once. Even one tool is enough for today. Shyness doesn't disappear overnight, but every small sentence loosens it a little. And that is how confidence grows, not through force, but through patience, one safe sentence at a time. All right, now let's practice together. And before we begin, I want you to remember something very important. This is practice, not performance. No one is watching you. No one is judging your voice. No one is checking your mistakes. This moment is just for you. You don't need to speak loudly. You don't need to speak clearly. You don't need to speak confidently. You can speak out loud or quietly in your mind. Both are good. Both are learning. So if your voice feels shy today, that's okay. If your mouth feels tight, that's okay. If you only want to listen, that's okay too. Learning still happens. Let's start very gently. Take one slow breath with me. Relax your shoulders. Let your jaw soften. Ready? I'm a little shy. Pause. Good. If that sentence felt small, that's perfect. Small sentences are safe sentences. Now notice something. You didn't say anything dangerous. Nothing bad happened. Your voice existed for a moment, and that's already progress. Let's continue. I'm learning English. Pause. Very nice. That sentence is honest, and honesty is powerful. You are not pretending to be perfect. You are simply telling the truth. And when you speak the truth, your voice feels lighter. Now take another breath. No rushing, no pressure. Please give me a moment. Pause. Excellent. This sentence is very important. It gives you time. It gives you space. It tells your brain, I don't need to be fast. You are allowed to pause. Pauses are not mistakes. Pauses are part of real conversation. Now, we'll try one more, and I want you to listen to this one carefully. I don't speak perfectly yet, and that's okay. Pause. Yes, that sentence is true, and more than that, it is kind. Many learners are very hard on themselves. They speak one sentence and then criticize it in their mind. But today, we are practicing something different. We are practicing kind English. English spoken without punishment. English spoken without fear. Now, I want you to notice something important. You just spoke English several times. Not loudly, not perfectly, but really. And your body survived. Your mind survived. You are still here. That matters. Now imagine using just one of these sentences in real life. Not all of them, just one. Maybe, please give me a moment. Or, I'm learning English. That is enough to keep a conversation alive. You don't need to explain everything. You don't need long answers. One safe sentence is a bridge. It helps you cross the moment. And here is something I want you to remember. If today your voice felt quiet, that doesn't mean you failed. Quiet practice still builds confidence. If today your sentence felt slow, that doesn't mean you're behind. Slow practice builds strong confidence. Learning does not need noise. Learning needs safety. So after this episode, I want you to do just one small thing. Say one English sentence today. To yourself, to a mirror, to a friend, even in your mind. That one sentence is enough. Because confidence does not come from doing a lot. It comes from doing something and surviving it gently. And every time you practice like this, your voice learns something new.
It learns, I am allowed to exist. I am allowed to speak. I don't need to hide. And that is how shyness slowly loosens, not by force, not by pressure, but by patience, one safe sentence at a time.
Let me share something real with you. Not from a book, not from a lesson plan, from my classroom. I had a student once, very quiet, very polite. She always came on time. She always listened carefully. She always understood the lesson. She knew English. She could read. She could write. She could answer questions in her notebook. But when it was time to speak, she almost never did. Her eyes would go down. Her shoulders would become smaller. Her voice would disappear. One day, after class, she stayed behind. She didn't look angry. She didn't look upset. She looked tired. And she said something very quietly. Teacher, I feel invisible when I speak English. That sentence stayed with me, not because it was dramatic, but because it was honest. Invisible. She wasn't saying she couldn't speak. She wasn't saying she hated English. She wasn't saying she didn't try. She was saying something deeper. I exist, but no one sees me. When she spoke English, she felt small. She felt unsure. She felt like her voice didn't matter. And I knew something important in that moment. This was not a language problem. This was not a grammar problem. This was a safety problem. So I didn't correct her. I didn't give her more vocabulary. I didn't tell her to be confident. I asked her to do one small thing. Only one. I said, for the next few days, don't try to speak a lot. Her eyes looked surprised. I continued. Every day, say one sentence in English to one person. Not a conversation, not a speech, not an explanation. Just one sentence. It could be, good morning, or I'm a little tired, or even, yes. That was it. At first, she didn't believe me. She asked, that's enough? And I said, yes, that's enough. The first week was hard. She came back and told me what it felt like. Her voice was very soft. Her hands were shaking. Her heart was beating fast. Sometimes after saying the sentence, she wanted to disappear. But she did it. Not because she was brave, but because the goal was small. And then something slowly began to change. Not suddenly, not dramatically, quietly. She didn't become loud. She didn't become perfect. She didn't suddenly love English, but she became present. She started lifting her eyes. She started staying in the moment. She stopped running away from her own voice. And one day, a few weeks later, she smiled, just a little, and said something I will never forget. I'm still shy, but I'm not silent anymore. That sentence told me everything. She didn't say, I'm confident now. She didn't say, I'm fluent. She said something much more important. I exist. That is real progress. Not loud progress, not fast progress, but real. And I want you to hear this carefully. You don't need to stop being shy to stop being silent. You don't need to become confident to let your voice exist. You only need to allow yourself one small moment of speaking. One sentence, one breath, one try. And over time, those small moments begin to add up. Not into perfection, but into presence. So if you've ever felt invisible when you speak English, if you've ever felt like your voice was too small to matter, please remember this story. You are not weak. You are not broken. Your voice is just waiting for a safe place to come out. And step by step, sentence by sentence, it will. Quietly, gently, in its own time. All right, before we finish, let's slow everything down. No new ideas, No new tools, no pressure to remember everything. This is just a quiet review, the kind that helps learning sink in gently. I want you to remember something first. You do not need to remember everything from today. You do not need to remember it perfectly. If even one small idea stayed with you, that is enough. So let's review calmly. If you feel shy when you speak English, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not alone. Many learners feel exactly the same way, even if they don't talk about it. Shyness does not mean you can't speak English. It means English is still new to your system. Today, you learned why shyness happens. It happens because your brain is protecting you. It wants to keep you safe. It wants to avoid embarrassment. It wants to avoid mistakes. And it also happens because English is not automatic yet. Your brain is still learning how to move freely in this language. That takes time, and time is not failure. Time is part of learning. You also learned something very important today. You learned that you do not need to fight shyness. You do not need to push it away. You do not need to become someone else. Instead, you learned 3 gentle tools. You learned that you can speak small. You don't need long sentences. One short sentence is enough. You learned that you can use soft openings, sentences that protect you, sentences that give you time, sentences that allow mistakes. And you learned that confidence starts in safe places, not in front of people, not in stressful moments, but in quiet, private practice. These are not big rules. They are not heavy steps. They are gentle invitations. And for today, that is enough. You don't need to do more. You don't need to push yourself harder. Learning does not grow faster because we rush it. It grows stronger because we respect it. So if today all you did was listen, that counts. If today all you did was say one sentence quietly, that counts too. If today all you did was feel a little less alone, that counts too. Because progress is not always loud. Sometimes progress is calm, and calm progress lasts. Before we finish, I want to say something honestly. If this episode made you feel calm, if it made you feel understood, if it made you feel like someone finally slowed down with you, I'd really love for you to stay with us. You can subscribe to the Speakeasy English Show. Not because you should, not because you have to, but because this space is built for learners like you. Not perfect learners, not fast learners, real learners. Learners who feel shy, learners who overthink, learners who want to speak but need safety first. This is not a place where English is judged. This is not a place where mistakes are counted. This is a place where your voice is allowed to grow, slowly, quietly, in its own time. Every time you come back here, you're not proving anything to anyone. You're simply saying, I'm still learning. I didn't give up. I'm trying again. And that matters more than perfect English ever will. So if you feel like this style of learning suits you, gentle, calm, human, stay with us. Your English doesn't need pressure. It needs patience. And your voice deserves a place where it can grow safely. One small sentence at a time. You did well today. And I want to say that again, because many learners don't hear it enough. You did well today. Not because you spoke loudly, not because your English was perfect. not because you suddenly felt confident. You did well because you stayed, you listened, you reflected, you allowed yourself to learn without pressure. That matters. So many learners stop too early. They walk away when it feels uncomfortable. They tell themselves, "I'm not good at English," and they close the door. But you didn't do that today. You stayed with the feeling. You stayed with the lesson. You stayed with yourself. And that is where real learning happens. So before we finish, I want to invite you to do something very small. Nothing difficult, nothing stressful. Just a quiet moment of practice. Question of the day. What is one small sentence you can say in English today? Not a paragraph, not a long explanation, just one sentence. It could be, "I'm learning." "I need a moment." "I'm a little shy." "I'm okay." You don't have to write it if you don't want to. You don't have to share it if you're not ready. You can write it in the comments, you can say it quietly to yourself, or you can simply think it. All of it counts. Because practice is not about being seen. Practice is about allowing your voice to exist. And even thinking the sentence is a step forward. In the next episode, we're going to practice something very simple, but very important for real life. What to say after "hi" in English. Because many conversations don't end because your English is bad. They end because, after "hi," your mind goes quiet. You say hello, the other person says hello back, and then there's a pause. You think, now what? What should I say next? What if I say the wrong thing? And while you are thinking, the moment passes. So in the next episode, we'll practice easy, safe sentences you can use right after "hi." Not long sentences, not smart sentences, just natural ones. The kind real people use every day, at work, at school, with neighbors, with new people. We'll learn how to take that second step without fear, without pressure, without overthinking. Just calm English, simple English, English that helps you keep the conversation alive. So stay with me, and let's make that moment after "hi" feel a little easier, one small sentence at a time. Until next time, be kind to your voice. It's learning, just like you. Some days it will feel easy. Some days it will feel shy again. Both are normal. Learning a language is not a straight line. It moves forward. It pauses. It circles back. And all of that is okay. You don't need to hurry. You don't need to compare yourself to others. You only need to keep going, one small sentence at a time. And remember something important. You are not alone here. Every time you come back, you are choosing patience over pressure, kindness over criticism, progress over perfection. And that choice matters. So take care of yourself. Take care of your voice. And when you're ready, we'll take the next small step together. Speak easy, my friends. Bye-bye.